What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 44, and today we are going to be working our way towards the end of the season, all the way into April. So we're getting close to the end, and here is what the table looks like. 27 games played. We are in 7th place on 41 points between Chelsea and West Ham. We've come on in the second half of the season and really started to find some momentum, and we've actually gotten up to 7th, which means that our Europa League dreams are alive, depending on how we do in this episode. So we will see what happens as we take on Aston Villa in this first game. Rollins is going to come down this left-hand side. He has a nice cross into the box, and Bennett is there to finish it. A really nice, simple volley there from Bennett. A good run by Rollins, and he's able to cross it in, pinpoint accurate to get the first goal. A little bit later, and Bennett would come forward. This time he finds Hopkins. Hopkins goes into the box, and he whips a finesse shot into the top left corner. We haven't seen a lot of that from Hopkins this year. At times we've seen it, but he always has that potential to cut in and hit a left-footed finesse shot, and he does it there to give us a 2-0 lead. But Aston Villa would respond in the first half. Ollie Watkins coming forward here. He's able to get through off a nice little pass and finish that one to cut the lead to 2-1. 10 minutes after the restart, and Bennett would find Marsh right here. Marsh is going to stop and give it to Coughlin, who finds Bennett, playing it back and forth here, and eventually this one's going to end up back in Bennett, and Bennett will finish it to give us a 3-1 lead and restore our 2-goal advantage over Aston Villa. Nice little pass there by Marsh, and a good finish by Bennett, holding off the defender and putting that one in the back of the net. With half an hour left to go, Telford would get through on goal, and he is going to hit this one with his left foot around the keeper and into the back of the net, basically sealing this game. It's 4-1, and we have a 3-goal advantage against Aston Villa, basically cutting all hopes of a comeback. We would hold on 4-1. We pick up an important 3 points. All the points at this point are important, and we win that game. We then get a scouting report after that, and we have some decent players here, some pretty interesting ones that I was thinking about taking. And we get Cian Evans here. We are going to sign him. He is worth £1.8 million, and he looks like he's going to be a pretty decent player. Some other players there that I'm going to leave so that they can get scouted further, and we're going to go check out Evans right here. So looking at our youth academy, it's doing pretty well. I would say we have a decent amount of players in there, some good prospects. I'm actually very excited about Evans here. When we get down to him, you'll see he's 66 overall, 73 to 94 potential, and he's a CDM. He's 6'6", so very tall, already has some very good stats, and he has stats in the right areas for a CDM. You can see there he has good tackling ability, his passing is decent. A lot of his, red stats are in shooting, which is perfectly fine. I could definitely see him coming up, hopefully next season, and contributing to the squad. I hope he doesn't try to force a call up with only a couple months left, but I can definitely see him being a part of the squad next season as a backup CDM. He'll have higher potential than Risky, and Risky is getting a little bit older. Into our second game for this episode, and we are going to face Spurs. They would come forward first here down this right-hand side. Ikone's in the box, and he tries to drag back, and he sort of just runs into Mola, and he goes down. A tough penalty there. We'll look at the replay. It is a penalty, I think, based on this. He does tackle him and take out his foot, but it's a tough one for Mola just because Ikone was going into him. Not much you can do there. So Harry Kane is going to step up for the penalty for Tottenham, and he's going to try to put this one away. Shepherd will go left, he goes middle, and Tottenham take a 1-0 lead in the first half. Into the second half now, and with about 20 minutes to go, we would come forward looking for an equalizer. Bennett is going to find Telford here, who plays it to Hopkins. Eventually, we are going to work this one back into the box, and it's going to go to Bennett. He finishes that one near post with a nice left-footed shot and brings us level with Tottenham. So it's a 1-1 game now, and we are able to tie this one up and get a point out of it, as that is how it would finish. A penalty from Kane, a strike from Bennett, and we get a point out of that. After that game, we get an offer for Ryan Haynes, and I'm going to accept that offer and hope that he goes. He's been bad this season. We replaced him in January with Mola, who I'm very happy with so far, and we're going to send him on his way. He put in a transfer request, so if he decides to leave, that would be good. Get a little money in the bank for next season. Into this game against Leeds, and in the 35th minute, we would come forward. Roland's in on goal. He's going to hit this one past the keeper. A really nice finish right there by Roland's. He was able to break through the defense and get one-on-one. And when he's one-on-one, I expect him to finish it there, and he does. A very nice finish from Roland's. Jumping all the way into the 77th minute, for our next opportunity, Bennett here was find Marsh. Marsh finds Jenkins, who's on off the bench, and Jenkins will finish that one. Coming on as a sub, he's able to get a goal. He's been pretty good at that throughout the season. He's been coming off the bench most games. I bring him on whenever I can, really, and we do pick up the 2-0 win against Leeds there and pick up those 3 points. We then get a couple of emails that a couple youth players are unsettled. We also get an offer for Harry Coughlin from PSG, so attracting some big interest, but we will be rejecting that offer. At the bottom there, you can see that Haynes has been sold. I believe he's going to Buenos Aires, so all the way to Argentina for him. And then looking at the youth players that want their contracts voided, it's Curtis White and Tony Morgan. Now, Curtis White, I will be releasing just because he's a low potential guy, and we have a goalkeeper already that's out on loan that has decent potential. And then Tony Morgan, I will be promoting. We've been holding him in the academy for a while, and we're going to bring him up. He should be a good backup option. Our next game for this episode is against Leicester City, hosting them at the Rodney Parade. And 10 minutes in, we would get a corner. Marsh whips this one in, and Wynn is there to finish it. Haven't had a headed goal from Wynn in a while, but he is able to get on the score sheet against Leicester and put us up 1-0 with a nice little header. Still in the first half here, and we would come forward again, looking to double our lead. Marsh would dribble around in the midfield, eventually find Coughlin. Coughlin is going to find Bennett here, and then Bennett's going to find Telford. It ends up back with Coughlin after a beautiful pass from Telford. A one-touch beauty from Telford puts it into Coughlin's path. He finishes it to give us a 2-0 lead against Leicester City. We would have another corner here now in the second half, and Marsh would whip this one in once again. Alex Wynn going for it. He beats the defender and he scores. So 2 headed goals in one game for Alex Wynn, and he puts us up 3-0, puts this game out of reach for Leicester City. And we would come forward again looking for one final goal in this game. It's going to be Bennett through to Jenkins. He's going to find Rabbi Matondo. Rabbi Matondo will beat the keeper to give us a 4-0 win. Matondo and Jenkins have been coming off the bench almost every game, and they've both been very, very good this season off the bench. Very impactful subs. Our second scout report of this episode, and we are going to sign up Nathan Ellis here. He is a 15-year-old goalkeeper. I left him on the scouting report from last time, and when it came back this time, his overall actually went up, and his potential did too. We also signed Adam Allen, who has a £2.1 million valuation and a very high potential. So a nice prospect there, and then a nice prospect in Nathan Ellis as well. He's worth £1.2 million. We will go sign him up, and then we're going to go over here and look at the academy. So Ellis is 63 overall with that very, very high potential, 79 at 94. He's 6'6". He's only 15 years old, so he could be our goalkeeper of the future here. A really nice find, and we'll try to keep him in the academy as long as we can before we call him up. Evans is still there. His potential's gone down a little bit, but it's still pretty good. Looking at some other prospects here, we have Allen, who we just signed. He is 15 years old as well, a cam, and he is 63 overall as well. 76 to 94 potential. Looks very, very good. Has some very good stats in passing, in some of those key areas that you look for in a cam. Could be a very good player. We'll wait on him as well as the goalkeeper for a while before we decide to call them up. Our next game is against Brighton at the Amex, and Brighton are always an incredibly tough team for us. We have a very tough time playing them, and we tried to get off to a good start in this one. Driving forward in the 12th minute is Rollins. He finds Telford. Telford beats the defender, beats the keeper, puts that one in, and we are up 1-0 on Brighton. We take an early lead, but we've done this before against Brighton, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to pick up the victory. As I said, they're an incredibly tough team. They have some really, really good young players like Lamptey, Edward, Camavinga, a ton of good talent, and it's actually Bissouma who would score their first goal of the game to tie it up at 1. Into the second half now, we're looking for a response. Hopkins finds Coughlin. Coughlin gets a little lucky here with the rebound, but is going to put that one in the back of the net to give us a 2-1 advantage, restoring our lead against Brighton. But this game was far from over here, and I knew we would need to try to get another goal. Bennett gets through here. He's going to burst through the defense and beat all of them one-on-one with the keeper, hits it near post, and we go up 3-1 on Brighton, a 2-goal advantage against the Seagulls. So we tried to hold that lead, but unfortunately they would come forward here and get a very good opportunity from Mina. He beats Conlon with some great dribbling and then finishes it to cut the lead to 1. So it is 3-2. And then they would come forward again a couple minutes later, looking to get the equalizer. It's Bissouma dribbling on the edge. He's going to find Mina, who finds Mbolo. Mbolo hits it into the back of the net. And just like that, it is 3-3. We would look to respond, though, try to get our advantage back. And Jenkins off the bench would find Bennett. Bennett is able to finish this one. A great strike by Bennett. He saves us once again, and we go up 4-3 on Brighton. A crazy game against Brighton, and we finally pick up a victory against them. It's been so long, I feel, since we've been able to beat them. We finally get a victory. Into our last game against Burnley here, and we are at the Rodney Parade hosting them and looking to finish off this episode well with another win. Bennett here would find Telford. Telford's in on goal, and he finesses that one around the keeper to give us a 1-0 lead within 20 minutes. Telford's really come on as the season has progressed, as we've gotten more comfortable in the Prem. And I think he should be on target for about 20 goals. It's going to be close, but I'll see. Hopefully we can get him there. We come forward again, though, this time in the second half, and Bennett would do some skills on the edge, find Telford again, and it's a beautiful strike from him from about the edge of the box. He's able to put that one into the top corner with his left foot. A really nice strike there, really clean strike, really good shot right into the top right corner. We would come forward again in the 73rd minute, looking to add to our advantage, put this game out of reach for Brighton. It's Rollins driving towards the net. A nice rocket right there from the edge of the box. That is truly outside of the box. Rollins absolutely blasts that one into the top right corner, and we win against Burnley 3-0. So looking at the table, we are now up to 6th place. We're sandwiched between Newcastle and Chelsea, But West Ham is still in it as well. They're on 53 points, Chelsea on 56, we're on 57, Newcastle on 58, Man U's up in fourth at 61. So it's going to be a race to the finish in the last episode. Could we make the Europa League? Could we get a Europa League place? We're going to fight for it. We're going to be fighting for that Europa League position, and hopefully we'll be able to somehow get there in the final episode. But that is going to be it for this episode of the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys soon with a new episode.